Find the center and radius of the circle equation x squared minus 4x plus y squared equal to 12. Now, we learned that x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equal to r squared is the equation for the circle centered at a comma b and radius r. And therefore, in order to find the center and the radius of this equation, we have to be able to change this equation into a form that looks like this. And that's where completing the square comes into play. Think about how we complete the square of x squared minus 4x. We take the half of what's in front of x, which is negative 4. Taking half of it is negative 2. Put it inside the square. And then imagine what we would get if we expanded this. You're going to get x squared, and double the product, you're going to get negative 2 times 2 times x, which is negative 4x. And then negative 2 squared, which is positive 4. But there is no positive 4, so you have to get rid of it by subtracting 4. So think of it like this. Negative 2 squared gives you 4, but we don't have a 4, so you subtract 4. And then y squared, there's nothing to complete. It's just y squared by itself. It doesn't have any something times y. So y squared is just y squared. Then we can rewrite it into this form by moving the 4 to the right side, and that gives you x minus 2 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals to 16. Notice how I wrote y squared as y minus 0 so that you can easily see that b is equal to 0. And therefore, the center is 2, 0, and radius is not 16, but because 16 is 4 squared, radius will be 4. Let's do another example. Here we have x squared plus 2x plus y squared minus 6y equals to 22. And take the half of what's in front of x, which is 2. Take half of it, that's 1. And then 1 squared will create 1, so get rid of that. Take what's front of y this time, negative 6. Half of that would be 3. So we put y minus 3 squared. Negative 3 squared will give you 9, and we have to get rid of it because there is no constant at all here. That's equal to 22. And you write it as x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared, and then negative 1 and negative 9 will move to the right side, which will give you 32. Then we have the center would be negative 1 comma positive 3, and the radius would be square root of 32. Now, so whatever you see here, you just negate those values. You're going to get that as the center. And whatever number you see here, the square root of that number will be the radius. Unless, of course, it's already in the form of something squared. Square root of 32, unfortunately, is not an integer, but you do see that this is 16 times 2. So 16 being 4 squared, that can come outside the square root as 4 radical 2. So the answer will be negative 1 comma 3 as the center and 4 radical 2 as the radius.